Most people believe improving blood pressure requires medication or expensive tests. But in my clinic, I see patients improve their numbers quietly, just by following small, consistent daily habits. Many adults don't realize these subtle choices affect the heart, brain, and kidneys more than they think. If you think only pills or machines matter, you're missing something important. Small daily habits done the right way can quietly shift your blood pressure without stress or drastic changes. Today, I'll show you 3 habits that quietly support your BP and how to start them immediately. Let's be honest, most of us focus on dramatic solutions. We check phones constantly, we track workouts, count steps, watch calories. But blood pressure, the silent signal of your cardiovascular health, often gets ignored. You might think, I feel fine, I take my medication, isn't that enough? The truth, small, consistent habits often make the biggest difference, and they are easy to do if you know which ones matter. Hi, I'm Dr. Claire Carter. For the past 10 years, I've helped patients in my clinic understand their blood pressure without panic or fear. Today, we're talking about habits, not prescriptions. No extreme restrictions, no stress, just practical, calm, and effective ways to quietly support your blood pressure. We'll go through 3 key daily habits that quietly improve your blood pressure. Consistent sleep timing, gentle daily movement, sodium awareness, smart eating. By the end, you'll understand how these habits quietly improve your numbers and how easy it is to start immediately. By sticking with me, you'll learn which habits actually make a difference, how subtle changes impact your blood pressure, how to start without stress or drastic changes. Even small improvements done consistently add up silently over time. Habit number 1, consistent sleep timing. Sleep is one of the most underestimated habits when it comes to managing blood pressure. Many patients think diet, exercise, or medication alone will control numbers, but sleep quietly affects your heart, blood vessels, and stress hormones every day. Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time daily helps your body maintain a natural rhythm, which stabilizes blood pressure and supports overall cardiovascular health. Even small variations in bedtime or wake-up time can affect your numbers the next morning. For instance, going to bed an hour later than usual may cause your body to release extra stress hormones, slightly raising your heart rate and tightening blood vessels. Similarly, waking up at inconsistent times can interfere with the natural dips and rises in blood pressure that occur overnight. Think of your body like a schedule-driven system. Inconsistent sleep sends subtle stress signals. Your blood vessels tighten, heart rate fluctuates, and morning readings can spike, even if you feel perfectly fine. In my clinic, I often see patients who report normal readings during daytime visits, but higher readings in the morning at home. When I ask about their sleep, I usually find irregular patterns, staying up late, waking up at different times, or catching up on sleep only on weekends. Once we adjust their sleep schedule to a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, their readings become more predictable, and they often notice small but significant improvements in just a couple of weeks. Maintaining consistent sleep timing also helps regulate stress hormones like cortisol, which can subtly raise blood pressure if levels stay high for extended periods. A stable sleep schedule supports heart rhythm regulation and helps your body relax naturally overnight. Over time, this consistency reduces the spikes that silently stress your cardiovascular system. Practical tips for consistent sleep timing. Set a fixed bedtime and wake-up time. Try to follow it every day, even on weekends. Create a calming pre-sleep routine. Avoid screens for 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Consider reading, gentle stretching, or deep breathing. Monitor sleep quality. Notice how you feel in the morning. Grogginess or restless nights can indicate subtle disruptions. Avoid large meals or caffeine late at night. Both can interfere with falling asleep and maintaining a stable sleep pattern. Gradual adjustments. If your current schedule is very inconsistent, make small changes of 15 to 30 minutes per night until you reach a consistent rhythm. Even modest improvements in sleep consistency often lead to noticeable stabilization in morning blood pressure readings. Patients are often surprised that such a simple habit can quietly influence their cardiovascular health without medication changes or extreme lifestyle interventions. Remember, the goal is consistency, not perfection. It's normal to have occasional late nights, but the overall pattern matters most. Over weeks and months, consistent sleep timing builds a foundation for better blood pressure control, reduces stress on your heart, and helps you feel more energized throughout the day. Key takeaway: even a 30-minute difference in bedtime can quietly affect your blood pressure. Consistency is more powerful than long hours of sleep. Do you usually go to bed and wake up at the same time, or does it change day to day? Habit number 2, gentle daily movement. Intense workouts aren't necessary to support healthy blood pressure. In fact, for many adults, especially those who are busy, older, or just starting to focus on heart health, gentle, consistent movement is often more effective than sporadic, intense exercise. Activities like walking, stretching, or light household tasks help your blood vessels remain flexible, reduce stress, and improve circulation naturally. Think of your blood vessels like rubber bands. Regular, gentle movement keeps them elastic and responsive. When blood vessels stay flexible, your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood, and your blood pressure stabilizes quietly over time. On the other hand, long periods of sitting or inactivity can make blood vessels stiffer and increase subtle pressure spikes, often without any symptoms. Even light activities release endorphins, which reduce stress hormones like cortisol that can temporarily raise blood pressure. That's why patients who add a 20 to 30-minute daily walk or simple stretching routine often notice small improvements in readings within just a few weeks. These movements are also gentle on joints and muscles, making it easier to stick with them consistently. Consistency is the key factor for long-term benefit. Practical ways to add gentle movement include taking a walk after meals, doing light stretches in the morning or evening, walking short distances instead of using the car or elevator, incorporating household tasks like gardening or tidying up at a steady pace. The most important point is making movement a daily habit. Even small, consistent actions quietly improve circulation, support heart health, and reduce stress, without requiring heavy equipment, gym membership, or high-intensity training. Remember, gentle daily movement is not about perfection or intensity. It's about creating a routine your body enjoys and can maintain long-term. Over time, this habit can lead to lower blood pressure readings, improved energy, and better overall well-being, all achieved quietly and sustainably. Consistency matters more than intensity. Even small daily movements add up silently to improve your blood pressure over time. Which gentle activity feels easiest for you? Walking, stretching, or something else? Habit number 3, sodium awareness, smart eating. Sodium plays a big role in blood pressure regulation, but the good news is you don't need extreme restrictions or strict diets to support your heart and vessels. In my clinic, I often see patients who believe that cutting out all salt is necessary. That's not true. Your body needs a small amount of sodium, but the problem arises when hidden sodium in foods quietly raises your blood pressure over weeks and months. Most patients overlook the hidden salt in packaged foods, sauces, and restaurant meals. Things like breakfast cereals, canned soups, salad dressings, and even some breads contain far more sodium than you would guess. Many people are surprised when I show them how much sodium is in a single sandwich or ready-to-eat meal. These hidden amounts add up over the day, silently affecting blood pressure without obvious symptoms. Here's a simple example. A standard restaurant burger, fries, and a soda can easily exceed 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium, which is a significant portion of the recommended daily intake. If a patient has a habit of eating out 2 to 3 times per week, those numbers accumulate and can quietly shift their blood pressure upward. Even people who feel healthy and have normal readings in the clinic may have subtle organ stress happening in the background. So what can you do? The first step is awareness. Start checking labels when you buy packaged foods. Look for sodium content in milligrams per serving. A general guide is to aim for less than 400 to 500 milligrams of sodium per serving for packaged items, but always consider your total daily intake. Many patients are shocked to discover that items they thought were healthy actually contain a lot of hidden salt. Once they become aware, they start making small adjustments naturally, For example, swapping one high-sodium snack with a low-sodium alternative. Another practical tip is rinsing canned foods. If you use canned beans or vegetables, rinse them under water before cooking or eating. This can remove roughly 30 to 40% of the sodium that's added during processing. For sauces, gravies, and condiments, try to choose low-sodium or reduced salt versions, or make them at home with fresh ingredients. Even small swaps like this make a difference over time. Seasoning meals is another area where small changes can help. Instead of reaching for the salt shaker, use herbs, spices, lemon juice, or garlic to enhance flavor. In my experience, patients who gradually replace extra salt with these alternatives report that they enjoy their meals just as much, but their blood pressure starts to stabilize. The key is consistency, not perfection. A completely salt-free diet is not necessary. One important thing I emphasize in the clinic is balance, not restriction. Sodium is not the enemy. It's just that most of us consume more than we realize. By becoming aware of hidden sources and making simple substitutions, you can lower your intake without feeling deprived. For example, if you reduce just 200 to 300 milligrams of sodium per day by avoiding one processed snack or choosing a low-sodium sauce, your blood pressure can quietly improve by a few points over weeks. Also, pairing sodium awareness with other habits enhances the effect. Patients who combine mindful eating, hydration, and gentle daily movement often notice a larger impact on their blood pressure than focusing on sodium alone. This shows that small, practical habits work best when integrated into daily life, rather than as isolated changes. In my clinic, I often use a simple teaching method. I ask patients to track their sodium intake for a week using a notebook or a phone app. This helps them identify hidden sources they wouldn't have noticed otherwise. Many are surprised that bread, breakfast cereals, and even some snacks are contributing significant sodium daily. Once they see the numbers, they naturally start making smarter choices, like swapping a packaged snack for fresh fruit or using homemade dressings. Finally, it's important to remember that sodium awareness is not about strict rules or perfection. It's about creating a habit of checking, substituting, and balancing. Over time, these subtle changes quietly support blood pressure, heart health, and overall well-being. Patients who adopt this habit consistently often see a 3 to 5 point improvement in their blood pressure readings within a few weeks, without stress or drastic changes. Practical tips. Compare labels. Choose lower sodium options. Rinse canned foods to remove extra salt. Season meals with herbs and spices instead of salt. Limit highly processed sauces and ready-to-eat foods. You can enjoy meals and still support your blood pressure. Small, mindful changes make a quiet but real difference. Do you check food labels for sodium regularly? The hopeful truth is simple. Small, consistent habits quietly improve your blood pressure over time. You don't need perfection. Awareness and consistency matter most. Better sleep, gentle movement, and mindful eating all add up to support your heart, brain, and kidneys silently. If this video helped you feel calmer about managing blood pressure, comment below which of these 3 habits feels easiest to start this week. Which do you think will make the biggest difference? Your answer may encourage someone else to start small, practical steps too. This video is for educational purposes only. I'm sharing general guidance to help you understand your body better. Everyone's situation is different. Consult your doctor for advice specific to you. If you have symptoms, concerns, or an existing medical condition, never delay professional care. You've taken a small step today to understand your body. Every habit you start quietly supports your heart, brain, and kidneys. Remember, consistency beats perfection, and every little action counts. Keep paying attention, keep learning, and soon you'll notice the difference. I'll see you in the next video.